You can learn about the history and mystery of the Kentucky Horse Park in their cemetery crawl.
One of the great events they have coming up. They're also wrapping up their last international night in Mexico. Ashley Chilton is here today with more about both those great events. You guys stay so busy at the horse park.
We do. Yes.
Yeah. So let's start with the cemetery crawl. What's that all about?
So this is going to be the third year that I'm doing the cemetery crawl.
Okay.
The original one goes around the outside of the park, and we talk about the families who've lived at the lands that make up the park over the past 200 years. We have a few small family cemeteries that we visit. We have a dueling grounds that we go to. It's one of the bloodiest in Kentucky.
Really?
So there were actual duels that took place on this particular venue?
Yeah, it's right there on the Fayette County, Scott County line.
I didn't either.
About how many that we know of?
I know of at least 5 or 6.
Wow.
The last one that happened there, I think, was in 1866, right after the Civil War.
Wow.
Yeah. So we do that, and then I'm also doing a new walking equine cemetery crawl that goes along with it. So that'll be at 6 o'clock, and then the original one will be at 5:30 on the days that I'm providing it.
Okay, so if people are interested in, hauntings and things like that, is there anything that you've seen or that people can expect to experience as part of this?
I have not seen anything, but I have several ghost stories from employees, past employees that have worked there that I kind of share. So I have different treats, and we'll do activities and some s'mores.
Okay.
Yeah. So just kind of
Was some of these duels deadly? Did people die, or was it just one of those draws like the Cleveland Browns have all the time?
That just never really gets anywhere.
No, several. There were a couple of deaths, and then several times that they were actually shot. There was a doctor, for example, a transy who lived there, and he was shot through the hip, or no, in the groin, and almost bled out, and the guy who shot him actually saved his life. So
well, that seems counterintuitive. Okay, so you brought some things to show us today. Something else that we're going to talk about as far as the international night. Where do you want to start?
So we can do this one last, but I'm having another program, a medical mystery.
Okay.
And this is going to be in the oldest house, the oldest building in the park. And one of the family members who lived there, and she's actually buried in one of the cemeteries there as well. And so these are just kind of some props that we're going to have. This isn't really part of the game, but some different vials, medical vials,
like an
and
apothecary's.
things. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the whole point of this is to figure out how she died. And so my coworker has done a really great job with the riddles and different, it's kind of like a breakout style game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're going to have it in the house.
Okay.
What's that thing?
And then this right here is a 17th century Mexican stirrup. It's a cruciform stirrup.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you guys can,
Oh my goodness, that is heavy.
It's wrought iron. So we'll have, for our last international night from Mexico, November 2nd, we'll have a few artifacts out, Mexican artifacts. We'll have dancers doing Day of the Dead dancing throughout the entire thing, and food and beer, and so lots of fun times.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
For more information on the cemetery crawl or any of the other events going on at the horse park, call 859-259-4213 or log on to kyhorsepark.com.
So many fun things to see and do that keep her very, very busy at the horse park.
Very busy.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you,
here, Ashley. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Stick with us. Your Pet of the Day is coming up next.